Welcome to Selenium lesson number 2. In this lesson, we'll explain the buy function, some deprecated methods that are behind the buy function, and actions chains. After this tutorial, you should be able to go ahead and make a basic script that goes ahead and automates a basic task. Anyhow, let's get started. So let's go ahead and import the buy and action chains from Selenium dot WebDriver import action chains as AC. I like my nicknames. You don't need this part right here, but I like nicknames, so it makes it easier for me as you get lost in your code, So we'll also import the buy class. So from Selenium .WebDriver dot common dot buy. Oh well, I misspelled that. Dot buy import buy. Of course, prone to spelling mistakes. All right. So now we imported these two functions. I'll also display the use of a handy use of time for these scripts. As you saw in the last video, these scripts tend to, after they're done executing, they tend to close the browser. And sometimes you write a very long script and you want to go ahead and give the browser time. You want the browser to hang open to see whether all the actions that you told it to execute executed. And that's what we will use to import time. And I'll show you in just a bit. So here, let's go ahead and, so after you get to Crunchyroll, let's say you want to click on the manga section, and that would look something like, all right, so we got to get the path. So path equals, here we go. This is where we would explain the deprecated features of buy and what the buy class now replace. So you would do driver dot find element by, right? So find element by class name, by CSS selector, by ID, by link text, by name, by partial link test, by tag name, and by XPath. All these things are essentially ways to, like, these are tags you can find by either the tag name or the ID. These are elements on the website, which I will show you how to find in this tutorial as well. However, all of these are deprecated. Do not use these. Just do not. Again, like I explained in the last video, if you use them, they will work. However, after a while, like if you have, let's say, over 10 lines of codes of like actual scripting code that is doing something on a website, eventually the behavior will start acting up, and it'll be because these methods are deprecated. So just go with the standard find element, and once you get there, go ahead and do the buy and dot, and go ahead and choose. So there is a preference to these. Always by ID if you can. If not by ID, by name. If not by name, by link text, and then partial link text, and then if not by any of those things, then however you can find it. I'll show you how to find these just in a bit, because we have to get the link text of the link that we want to click on. So after you do by link text, comma, here, and well, let's get to Crunchyroll real quick. So let's use my Firefox. Let's go to Crunchyroll. Oh, let's stop looking at my history. Crunchyroll.com. Alrighty. So you come here. The way that you would find these things that I just mentioned, just go right click on play, click inspect, and all the rest is history. Just find exactly where it is. which one? Hold on, you'll see in a bit. Start had it. That took a while. Sorry. So all right. So the body, image, header. There we go. And the header. Let's go in the header. Div header container. Okay. Open the header container. Header navigation, form ID. Nope, we don't want that. So header navigation, and then within the header navigation, oh, here we go. Header menu bar, and then here there's a unordered list. Under the unordered list, there are list items. Now choose the list item. Let's say we want to click on news. We want news. We want manga news and anime news because we are weebs. All right. So news. There we go. So this is the link text, and so this is what you will put in the find element by. Here we go. News. I think that was actually. I don't remember. Let me take a look. News, capital N. All right. News with a capital N. There we go. Okay, so path. Now we want to click, and that is an action. That is a mouse action. Action chains has mouse action, keyboard actions, just actions in general that a human would do with their keyboard or mouse. On our lessons page, there is a link to the documentation for the breakdown. However, I'll try to break it down as much as possible here. So, called AC class, you have to pass it the driver. Always pass it the driver. It can't really do anything if it doesn't have the software to do it. And then you go ahead and choose here. Once you click dot, it'll list the actions that you can do. Most of these actions are mouse actions, but as you see, key down, key up, those are keyboard actions. Move by offset to element. Always remember, this is in terms of an HTML page. So whenever you're looking at this, if you start to get confused, like, oh, what is it? It's in reference to actions, in reference to HTML pages. So when you're moving your mouse, you're moving it from whatever element you were last on. So it's like, that's how action chains work. So if you were to go ahead and specify, click this element, and then from there move by offset, which is essentially coordinates, it will start from the last action where the last action left off. Always remember that. But let's just go keep it simple. Click. And then here we inside the action itself, you have to provide the path. And then after you're all said and done, you have to tell it to perform this action. If you don't, it will not do anything. I always forget to, and I always leave it here. If you don't put your parentheses, it's not a function and it's also not doing anything. So always remember that. All right, let's save this and run it, see if it works. There it is. Let's see if it goes to news. And for some reason, oh, there we go. It went to news. That took a while. And then it closed. All right. My machine, I guess, is running a little slow today. Sorry about that. So time.sleep. Here, you saw that delay in between actions. Like sometimes there is a delay, sometimes there's a speed up. You know, it depends on the browser that you use. And actually, I have a Chrome driver, and I told it to use Chrome. I didn't tell it to use Firefox. Well, actually, it did use Chrome. I use Firefox. Sorry, I got confused. However, sometimes you need things to slow down, and time.sleep at the end of your script will slow it down for however long you tell it to. So let's say 3 seconds, right? Go ahead and save that and run. All right, got to Crunchyroll. Next should be clicking on news. Don't make me look bad. All right, click on news, and now 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, close. There you go. And that's how you would use this you can do 10 seconds, 20 seconds, just essentially to try and understand where your script is either not doing what it's supposed to do or just troubleshoot in general. And well, with that, you should be able to start making bots or just simple scripts to do and automate an everyday task. Thank you for watching, and I hope this helped.